Welcome, everyone. Welcome to LifeWave's Power of the Patch Showcase. I'm Janet Kiefer, two-star executive with LifeWave and your host tonight. I hail from the Austin, Texas area, and I'm excited that so many of you have decided to join us tonight to learn about how LifeWave technology truly can help you look, feel, and honestly be younger. It was about 5 years ago, a friend called and asked, "Hey, Janet, have you been patched?" And I was like, truthfully, I had no idea what she was talking about. Well, fortunately, I listened to my friend because I was suffering with 3 years of just constant searing knee pain. Well, happily, within about 4 weeks of using this phototherapy technology that we're sharing here tonight, my knee pain disappeared and I was able to avoid surgery. And as they say, life will never be the same. So, welcome to the power of the patch. And I think you'll agree, LifeWave is very interesting. So, if you'll just give me a moment, I'm going to turn over and share some slides we have to share our story with you because it's really exciting. So, welcome everybody to the power of the patch. It's we're talking tonight about a patented breakthrough in wearable light technology. And 5 years ago, I had no idea what wearable light technology was. But what I did know is that health is truly our greatest wealth, especially when I was hobbling around on a bad knee. And also that the symptoms of aging and disease, I'm sure you agree, they're just not fun, right? So remember when you could work all day and party all night? Your friends would come over at like 11 at night, say, let's go dancing. You're like, woohoo, yeah. And now, we're at 9 o'clock and you're like, what? I got to go to bed, right? Back then, we could get up and do it again the whole next day. Well, here's something that your doctor may not have shared is that the older you get, the older we get, the faster we're aging and the slower we are to heal, honestly, because it's due to sort of this natural decline in our body's number one repair system, stem cells. Those master cells that are creating bone and muscle and hair and firing energy down in the mitochondria. By age 30, they've decreased about 50%. By age 60, I always say we're over in Kaputski land. There's only a real small percentage that are still active. So I have two questions to ask tonight. If you could change one thing about your health or in the health of someone you love, what would it be? Well, I know what I thought of. But then, what impact would reducing or eliminating that issue have on the quality of your life? We're coming into the holidays. You want to feel good. Some of you are traveling. You want to have energy. We've got a lot of friends and family to see. So, good news here tonight. Before I start, though, let me just say LifeWave's products were not designed or intended to heal or treat or cure a disease. That's the key point. We are here to help our bodies get back to this natural, healthier, regenerative state, which is what all of us want. Many times, really amazing things start to happen, which you're going to see tonight. So, if I could show you a way that you could have a safe and affordable way to change that trajectory and take it back up, how you could feel and live younger, wouldn't you be interested? I know I was. So the good news is we're introducing tonight X39, a wearable light technology. It's truly this amazing breakthrough in holistic wellness, which honestly, 10 out of 10 people mostly want wellness, right? It's patented, it's inexpensive. It's a wearable patch, affordable, safe, non-invasive. That's the one you're going to have questions about. Nothing's going into your skin, and it's not a drug. It's a unique form of phototherapy, which you're going to learn about tonight. It uses frequencies of light to increase and improve your whole body's health and wellness. It's so amazing, you guys. So let me introduce you to X39 with this short video.
An empowered life has no expiration date. We're all created to do incredible things, like conquer summits, catch big waves, and live our passions. As time goes on, our bodies begin to show signs that things just aren't as they used to be. Our energy levels decline, sleep patterns shift, and recovery slows. But our bodies are masterpieces of design, holding the potential to bounce back better than ever. With X39, we achieved something remarkable in the field of wellness and regenerative science that others could not. By utilizing LifeWave's unique patented technology, X39 uses light to elevate GHKCU, a copper peptide known to support overall health and wellness. Unlike traditional light therapy, which requires external light sources, X39 uses the body's own infrared light to naturally increase vitality, enhancing the body's flow of natural energy for improvements in strength, stamina, performance, and overall health and well-being, with the simplicity of an affordable, non-invasive, non-transdermal patch. As we age, levels of these life-enhancing elements, which are associated with wellness and longevity, begin to decline. LifeWave invested 10 years into stem cell research, which resulted in over 70 patents. X39 was born to bring to the public a product that could support wellness in an entirely new way, supporting the production of younger, healthier cells with wearable light technology. Becoming a powerhouse is easier than you think. Harness your body's natural potential to maintain youthful energy and vitality, because life comes at you fast, but it doesn't have to pass you by. Live long, live well, live young. Be the light with LifeWave X39. LifeWave.
I truly love that part in the video that says our bodies are masterpieces of design. I think we all agree that. And now we have the power of this patch. So it's based on the science of photo, light, bio, the body, modulation, right? The patches contain just very specific combinations of organic materials and nanocrystals. Think of how crystals are now being used in a lot of medical science. When applied to the body or near the body, they are activated by our own infrared light field. And they emit a very specific wavelengths of light that stimulate targeted and beneficial chemicals responses in the body. Personally, I like to think of them as like little computer chips talking to the body. So here is David Schmidt, our visionary founder, CEO, and inventor with LifeWave. He's this amazingly brilliant and highly awarded scientist and researcher. He's a genius inventor with now close to 250 patents. He's on the leading edge of phototherapy research and science for the past 24 years. And if you were like me until LifeWave, I'd never even heard of this part of science and how amazing light technology was. David's already conducted over 90 clinical studies proving the efficacy of these patches, and these are by third-party um, clinical labs that do the research, and we have true proof in our clinical studies and our patents how amazing these patches work. So if you're someone who needs detail, we'll give it to you. Well, LifeWave's a 21-year-old pioneer in age reversal technologies. This amazing technology was was developed by David for the U.S. Navy SEALs down in San Diego, California. He wanted to help them be more battle ready, have more strength, more stamina, stay awake without using drugs or stimulants. In 2004, David founded LifeWave to bring this technology to the masses. In 2010, the company had grown, manufacturing, international distribution, IT, global service in Ireland, because we're now in over 80 countries. And we have 16 global distribution centers and a new headquarters in Draper, Utah, that I'm just wondering if soon we won't outgrow. The company is in such strong growth. And we're going to show you what the X39 now does for your body, because it's really the holy grail of health and healing and regeneration. So as we're looking at this, do know that this historic breakthrough, this patch, is doing what multi-million, billion-dollar big pharma companies have not been able to do. For 30 years, they've been trying to activate our body's own ability to reverse aging through the stem cells. And when used in conjunction, we do believe that you should be eating correctly, hydration. It's been proven to activate this very specific copper peptide in our blood. No, you don't feel the copper peptide, but it's starting to enhance stem cell activity. It also alters gene expression in a good way towards a younger, more vibrant you. And wait till you get to see our pictures. So we have patents, we have many clinical studies, we have websites if you would like to read them, which is what I did. I dug into them. I was really impressed because X39 is actually turning back our biological clock at the DNA level so that you look, feel, perform, and really live younger and longer. So, specifically, let's get down to specifics. You're having more energy. It's increasing cellular energy at the DNA level. A lot of times you're sleeping better in the first week. A lot of times people report sleeps deeper and longer. And we find that you're starting to have more energy. Sports performance increases. A lot of people tell us, I had a friend yesterday say, I don't get sore after my workouts now. And boy, that leg workout on Wednesday used to just kill me on Thursday. Many users over 50 report they feel stronger and often more fit than they were in their 20s and 30s. And our patches are used by pro and athlete and Olympic athletes around the world in almost every sport. And think of it, it can't have drugs in it. It can't be transdermal, or the World Anti-Doping Agency would not pass our patch, but they do. So, what about pain relief? That was what I was going after. I was in searing pain. Well, most people notice a reduction in pain within minutes of application as it's bringing down inflammation and pain. And honestly, it's stunning how fast sometimes it can work. Also, the brain. This is systemic. These aren't, get an injection of stem cells in your shoulder or your knee. This is working across the whole body, even to the brain. And many report improved memory and focus and function. Some people, even a lowering of anxiety and depression. We love how X39 really speeds healing. It helps supports the natural wound healing process. People notice that wrinkles are reducing. I have pictures of mine. They're gone. And you're going to start to notice this over about an 8 to 12 week period as the body's flooded with collagen, muscle is growing, your face is lifting, and through the whole body it's repairing, even scars. So if you have a scar that's been there for a while, take a picture of it. You're probably going to see that it's remodeled and pretty soon it's no longer there. So seeing is believing. And here we have a number of people who are kind enough to take pictures and send them into the company to show the healing. A woman after 4 months up here in the top left who had allergies. A friend of mine down here in the bottom left after 9 months who had been in massive pain was scheduled for massive back surgery, who in fact didn't even actually want to look at this technology because her doctor had never told her about it. She's now living a life that's pain-free and very active. We have people, you notice the changes in this woman's whole face. What you see is muscle growing, collagen refining the skin, pulling the skin up. You see this poor young guy went snowboarding. He had a hard day with the rocks. But look at him in day 5. Look at how fast this is. A friend here unfortunately fell through rafters. He broke 6 ribs. He punctured lungs. You know that was not a fun day. Here's the patch right here at his back by the 7 and the 17. It's great how fast this bruising healed. But you know what? The big story was that he was back to work in 3 weeks because the ribs healed. A friend here who had treatment for cancer in the sinuses, look at her after 3 weeks, the fast healing. Here we're going to take a little closer at her. Look, June 6th, June 10th, June 17th. You would say by the 23rd, my goodness, she's healing quickly. Well, look at her by the end of the month. This is the speed. A friend of mine just had a facelift and was using our patches for recovery. Her plastic surgeon was on the phone with me a couple weeks ago and said, I can't believe how fast she healed. So it's all really exciting. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thinning hair. What about hair growth? Who doesn't want that, right? We have many, many reports of hair growth. And I know 4 months into using the patches, my stylist said, Janet, you got a bunch of baby hair growing. I was like, great, cool, okay. You're going to see all these different results. Yours may be different than mine, but across generations of all ages, people are reacting to this. So here's what people have sent in their testimonials.
X39 has really changed my life. I'm not stuck at home in pain and in bed. I'm out here with my friends and enjoying my family.
Big thank you to Lifeway for helping me, helping my family, and helping the 100 people now in our team who are using Lifeway daily. and their families. Big, big thank you. Love the products.
And I have energy through the roof.
I sleep better. I have so much more energy.
Throughout the day, I can focus better. I can concentrate in my work.
Our church worship service lasts 45 minutes. For the last 2 years, I've not been able to stand that long. 2.5 weeks into wearing the X39 patch, the pastor said, "You can now be seated." It dawned on me at that moment that, my goodness, I've been standing this whole time, didn't realize it.
After starting using the technology for approximately 2 weeks, my pain completely disappeared.
32 years of pain gone in 3 days.
I just love the products. They just help me to feel younger and younger year after year.
Thank God for X39.
My skin become younger, softer, firmer.
It's been really, really, really amazing.
I love X39 because it really helped reduce the inflammation in my knee. I can now run again. Woohoo!
So you're wondering, do the doctors use these? What does your doctor say? Well, we have many doctors and practitioners that have used the patches in their practice. And tonight I'm going to stop and introduce our wonderful guest, Dr. Jeffery Hubbard. So Dr. Jeffery, if you would like to open up your camera and unmute yourself, we would really appreciate that. Hi, Dr. Jeff. Lovely to see you. Great.
Same, Janet. How are you?
Thank you. It was fun to see you a couple weeks ago in Anaheim there.
It's always so good to connect in the physical. I mean, we've gotten so accustomed to talking to each other in these little boxes. I mean, that's kind of the way we do things now, but it's such a difference to see somebody and hug their neck and just spend time. So I really appreciated that.
Too. So let me introduce you to the folks. Dr. Jeffery Hubbard, MD. He hails from the Dallas, Texas area. He's been serving the community for many, many years through his private practice. And he's really committed to his patients knowing how to take care of their health and their options beyond just drugs and surgery, needed when they're needed, but the other options to help us get well. He tries to integrate the best of Western medicine with the best of natural wellness and alternative therapies. He's also noted, very noted, health and wellness speaker, and even hosts his online show, Ask Dr. Jeff. So tonight, we're going to ask Dr. Jeff. So welcome, Dr. Jeff. Thank you. So quick question. So many people, when they get started, they ask if doctors are using LifeWave. And as a physician, what drew you to this company and this technology?
Yeah, it was just really, a sequence of events that took place that got me in front of the right information. So number one, had a great relationship at the time with my personal sponsor. She introduced me, told me about the 15th anniversary, plopped the booklet down in my lap. She coerced me with lunch. So I came over to have a salad. And so I'm thumbing through the 15th anniversary booklet, and it just dawned on me, wow, this company has been doing some amazing things, it's innovating. I was intrigued. It's kind of in my wheelhouse.
Yeah.
I read a couple of the articles online, Janet, and that's when the rubber really met the road. I had been using an autonomic nervous system scanning device, and some of the same biomarkers that I was using to evaluate where patients were some of the same things used in one of the studies. And I was like, so that got me going, and I just started reading all the articles, and I was hooked after that.
Oh, wonderful. So when you began using X39, or at least when I did, I didn't really understand how the patches work. I knew stem cells, but I think a lot of people know the term stem cells. Could you just educate us a little bit about what stem cells are, their role, what they do, and what happens when they decline?
Yeah, absolutely. So stem cells are our most primitive cell, right? When we're in the embryology stage, in the embryo stage, and we're in utero, there's all these stem cells working together to become adult tissue types. So there's a certain amount that hang out in this very primitive stage where they can morph into different types of tissue. So depending upon where you need them, whether the tissue may be damaged or inflamed or compromised in some kind of way, stem cells go there and they repair, rebuild, and regenerate those areas. So they are extremely powerful. So this is literally the aging process, right? So if we ever have any sort of circumstance where we need these stem cells and we're in our 70s or 80s and we don't have as much of them as we once did, that's where we are. So it's example of why you're not healing and repairing as fast as you used to.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes. And I think it's something I wasn't real aware of, even though I'm pretty educated, till I got to LifeWave and I went, oh, how come if maybe you can help us? Doctors don't seem to talk about this much, right? Of the natural decline in stem cells.
Yeah, it's kind of out of sight, out of mind for a lot of people in the traditional medical system because they're looking for a solution to said problem right now. They kind of already incorporate this as a way of life, or this is just the circumstances that are associated with the aging process. So they're not trying to stop the aging process like our great inventor David Schmidt. He's wanting to kind of cut things off at the pass. You know, most docs are just saying, hey, this is what's going to happen. This is where you are in this decade of your life. And we're just going to try to throw as many things at it to make that experience as best as possible.
Thank you. That's a great explanation. Very, very well put. So when we're wearing the X39, maybe you could explain, I mean, the video talks pretty quickly about it activating a copper peptide. Maybe in your description, tell what happens when you apply the patch.
Yes, definitely. So we have this natural release of energy. I call it, metabolic exhaust. All of these trillions of cells are just working, 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 working. Everybody knows about the mitochondria and how they're responsible for producing energy. But we know that anytime energy is created, there's an opposite reaction, right? So there's like, think of it like smog that is now taking place inside the cell. So we need to get all of that out of there, right? And so that's where we really see some really cool things happening because of the way that the patches help to increase the cell function and excrete that stuff. So
That's
that's the
wonderful. I hadn't heard it put that way. I really like that. Yeah. So what about wearing them? How long should we wear the patches?
Well, we encourage you to have an even system. So 12 hours on, 12 hours off. Most people like put it on right in the morning. It kind of gets their day started. We encourage you to kind of put them in a place where you're going to bump into them in your morning routine. So you remember to put it on. And then in the evening, we set your phone alarm, but we want you to kind of do maybe like an 8 to 8 or a 7 to 7, depending upon what works for your particular schedule. So 12 hours on, 12 hours off.
Okay, that's easy. I can do that. I maybe keep them by my toothbrush. Love it. And what should people expect? Because I think people think, oh, I should feel something.
Yeah, and some people will, right? But the most miraculous stories that I've heard are people who had to wear for 2 or 3 or 6 months or a year, and then something happened, something transformed in their system. They were able to eliminate something or repair something or rebuild something that's just truly phenomenal. And so some people have really great results. I mean, day one, you may feel reduction, discomfort, knees, hips, back, shoulders, whatever may have been damaged along the way in your life could totally feel better day one. But things like normalization of your vital signs, things like improvement in your eyesight, improvement in your sleep. Sometimes these things take weeks, months, sometimes even years to really shift. But once they do, you don't have to be concerned with those things anymore. You're sort of over them at that point, which is really exciting.
Thank you. That's a great explanation. I know for me, I didn't know how it worked, but I know how well I was feeling within just a couple weeks, and I stayed on the patches. Well, what I didn't know, 2 years into wearing them, my sense of smell returned, which I had an infection in my 40s, and I had not been able to really smell anything for 20 years. And
Oh my
one day I
God.
looked out and could smell my roses. I was like, so Dr. Jeff, you're right. Things repair you never even think about. Very, very true. Well, could you also help people understand what will help the patches, maybe with hydration and balancing their nutrition and things like that?
Yeah, absolutely. So, we've been talking about all of these different elements of how the patch influences the body. Obviously, one big thing is it revs up those processes that happen inside the cell. So you need certain basic cofactors and ingredients to make sure that those processes work very well. So magnesium, zinc, copper, and obviously you need all your 92 vitamins, minerals, and nutrients, but those three are very important in a lot of the processes that are going to be enhanced by consistently wearing the patch. And so also we need water, right? Water is a key element to make sure cells have everything they need as well, and that you stay hydrated. Because when you're revved up, when the body's working overtime, you need that water in the system as well. So, guys, we're almost 75 to 80% water anyway, right? So we should be consuming half our body weight or more, especially if we're having caffeinated beverages or we're on a diuretic. We're going to be excreting a little bit more frequently. So you need to rev up your hydration. So just be intentional about the water. And also, guys, be intentional about your electrolytes and making sure that you're actually absorbing the water and it's going into the compartments that you need it to go into.
Oh, great advice, great advice. And I'm going to tag you then. We're almost at Thanksgiving. We're going into the holiday season in December. What tips would you give people as their doctor going into this season?
Wow. So interesting. We were just having this conversation a little bit during Ask Dr. Jeff's session about an hour ago, which is moderation is key, right? This is a time not just about food and consumption and overeating and what that might look like, but also emotionally, guys. And this is the holiday season. We're with family. Sometimes if there's a loved one missing or if somebody's beefing, family members are not getting along with each other. These things can affect us in ways that we may not even be able to properly recognize. So Eon's great. Carnosine patch is great over the epigastric area to help with digestion. If you've eaten a little too much, that's a great one. And then just be intentional, guys. And also on the business side, start talking to people. Pay attention to the things that are going on around. If you see somebody that doesn't seem like they're getting along too good, you can say, hey, let me put this patch on you and we'll talk about it later.
Well said. Thank you. And Dr. Jeff just mentioned two other of LifeWave's patches, Eon and Carnosine. And for those of you who are just joining us tonight, we'd love to share those too. But we first of all focus on our major impact patch X39 because it's so systemic and it helps the body across so many fields. So Dr. Jeff, thank you so much. It's always a pleasure to have you on board. And I know right away you've kicked off something in somebody's brain. I'm seeing a lot of hearts coming up and things like that. So thank you for joining us tonight so much. Thank you. I'm going to
Absolutely.
have
Thanks for hosting, Janet. You did a
great.
great job.
Thank you. So those of you we're got a few more minutes, we'd still like to share a little bit. And so Dr. Jeff, if you want to close your camera now, and I'm going to jump back and just share a little bit about, if you're like me, I was really started thinking about, boy, there's a lot of people I know that this could help in my life. And before I knew it, I was sharing the patches. And over the last few years, what the company has seen is this truly exponential growth because who doesn't want to look younger, feel better, be moving, getting down, and up off the ground for us older folks, or just more stamina working out. And in 2019, LifeWave launched X39. We've had 3,000% growth in 6 years. We're the number one network marketing company, and we're the rising star in the $8 trillion longevity and wellness market. Well, that may not be something that interests you, but it's called opportunity. I helped start and grow a number of companies. If you saw 10% growth, 20% growth, companies were ecstatic. We're in 3,000, you guys, because people really love this technology. So I'd like to play a quick little video about the company. Oh, let me tee this up. Wonderful Gregory Muscari put in a fun little video tonight. Our founder David Schmidt loves Star Trek, so we're going to have a little fun with the world's oldest intern. Oh, where did it go? My oldest intern left. Let me try again. Gregory, I have messed something up. Let's see if I can get back. It's a fun, really fun thing they just put together.
And it's kind of long, Janet. Here it goes. Okay, you got it.
I've lived a long life. I've done a lot of things, but I've never been an intern.
I'm the founder, sure, but I'm also an inventor. My latest experiment? Hire William Shatner. But as an intern. No way I can afford that guy full-time.
Hi, I'm Alicia. I'm going to be your trainer for today.
Hi, Alicia. Hi, Alicia.
William Shatner?
Yeah, well, you can call me Bill. Or intern. Sorry to interrupt.
No, that's just fine. Today I'm going to be taking you on a tour of our Welcome Center.
I hear they have something like a captain's bridge in the Welcome Center. Feels like you're traveling through space.
I have an award-winning production designer
This I gotta see.
for decades. And hey, Bill!
No, please, no sci-fi today. I'm just here as an intern, that's it. I just beamed in. Yeah, I know that look. I get that look whenever I sneak around, and you're sneaking. Go away. I'm busy. Jackpot. You didn't see a thing. Oh. People gotta see this.
Bill! Who let you in here?
He let me in here.
Bill? Captain?
Oh, you gotta get out here. The old intern who looks an awful lot like me, he's messing things up.
But wait, aren't you...
Yeah, it's a sci-fi thing. Come on.
Oh, excuse me. David, was that? Is that in budget?
Oh!
There you are. Come on. Back to the group.
People gotta see this.
I know. It's a part of the tour.
Oh.
Yeah.
Are you ready for me? Doug. Bill? Doug? Bill! Doug! Bill! For goodness.
Do you know Doug?
Do I know Doug? Star Trek designer on props and sets and the spaceships and this?
Came out beautifully, huh?
Oh, Doug is...
Hey, Bill.
Oh.
One of your clones said you're causing trouble.
You're taking the word of a clone?
Personally, I always go with the original.
That's a good idea.
I have a question. Are you really going to be an intern here?
Yeah. Why not? But first, I gotta tell you about the Welcome Center here at the LifeWave offices.
Okay, this is a commercial. Got it.
No. It's a kinda soft sell. No, just a simple suggestion, really. You absolutely have to get back to the person who shared this video with you. I had a great time exploring the LifeWave Welcome Center, experiencing their amazing life-changing technology, and learning about the opportunities surrounding one of the fastest-growing companies on the planet. And you will too. So check them out, and just tell them Bill sent you. The real Bill, not that sci-fi clone.
Bill, we're waiting.
Oh. Okay. Hey, duty calls. Back to interning. Bye-bye.
So, as you can see, we like to have a bit of fun, but all these technologies that you didn't know what they were in the background are coming because this company is bringing through breakthrough technologies for the next 5 to 10 years. So please, if you think about it, help us get the word out on our patented exclusive products. We have no competition because these are so breakthrough. We have a simple, really duplicated system for sharing the patches. We have free websites, trainings, support. There's a very low cost of entry, which is great. And it can really be a great plan B in today's economy. So if that's something that you're interested in, please get back with the person who shared this with you, because there's a lot of satisfaction of being rewarded for making a difference in people's lives. And truly, we have amazing testimonials that go far and wide, over 80 countries. We have a very powerful and generous compensation plan. We're a rock solid, debt free 21-year-old company. And what you'll see is that the compensation pays out a generous 50% of all sales to our brand partners, because this is a business, a person-to-person business, a person-to-person sharing. How can I help you? How can I help your family be better? It's just the best way to share a day. So there's 3 ways to get started. We have a retail price of $149.95 for 1 month of the X39. You can become a preferred customer. It's a $99.95 1 month supply. You save $50 on our subscribe and save, a subscription monthly. And there's no long-term commitments. What you have the commitment, though, is rapid pain relief and reduced inflammation and wound healing that's becoming faster and faster, energy and vitality and sleep and mental clarity. Those are the best parts. And so if you're also thinking, maybe you do want to share it, we get paid for sharing. We earn part-time or full-time income. And honestly, please know, this is not a full-time business. Most people go, oh, I don't have the time. Well, I came out of the market today, put away the groceries in the car, and texted someone a video, came home and did the rest of my day. We share the patches. We're in generous personal and team rewards. And one thing that can help many families, we get paid weekly. Some people, it's 2 weeks or a month long. What would it do for some people's lives to get paid weekly? We have 4 brand partner starter kits. Here they are: a core kit, which your person invited you will explain it, advanced, advanced plus, and premium. We'll go through each of the benefits. I know for me, I jumped in with both feet and I never looked back. So we feel it's the right time, the right product, the right company, and we hope you will join us tonight. We thank you, and we want to say happy Thanksgiving to everyone. We hope you have a wonderful time with your family and friends. We're very grateful for all of you listening, all of you helping people worldwide. And just think, as you're sitting next to someone over this weekend and you feel them, rubbing something, you just might say, I've got something I may want to share with you a little bit later. It could help you. So thank you so much to Dr. Jeff. We so appreciate him taking his time and sharing his wisdom. Thank you to all of you. Get back with the person who invited you tonight, because truly this product will change your life. Take care. Have a happy Thanksgiving.